Jim Morrison, nicknamed the Lizard King, was much more than the charismatic frontman of The Doors. He was a poet, a visionary and a rebel who left an indelible mark on rock history. James Douglas Morrison was born on December 8, 1943, in Melbourne, Florida, into a military family. From a young age, he showed a fascination with literature, poetry and art, influenced by writers like William Blake and Arthur Rimbaud. This passion for words stayed with him throughout his life, making him one of the most poetic voices in rock. In 1965, while studying film at the University of California, Los Angeles, Morrison met keyboardist Ray Manzarek on a beach in Venice. They shared a unique musical vision, and along with Robbie Krieger and John Densmore, they formed The Doors. The band quickly stood out for their psychedelic style, profound lyrics, and Morrison's commanding stage presence. Their debut album, released in 1967, included classics like Light My Fire and Break On Through, solidifying them as one of the most influential bands of the era. Jim was known for his unpredictable nature both on and off the stage. His performances were electrifying and often controversial, filled with poetic improvisations and an almost hypnotic intensity. But behind this wild figure was a man constantly searching for answers to life's deepest questions. His lyrics explored themes like freedom, death, and spiritual connection, making him an enigmatic figure to millions of fans. Morrison's life was not just about music, it was also about breaking boundaries. He was one of the first rock stars to blur the line between music and performance art, often treating concerts as a form of theatrical expression. His willingness to confront societal norms and push the limits of artistic freedom made him a cultural icon and a symbol of the countercultural movement of the 1960s. This fearless approach to creativity has inspired countless artists to embrace their individuality and challenge conventions. Morrison's life was marked by excess. His love for alcohol, drugs, and living on the edge took its toll, but it also fueled the myth surrounding him. In 1971, seeking a change, he moved to Paris, hoping to focus on poetry. However, on July 3rd of that same year, Jim Morrison was found lifeless in the bathtub of his apartment. He was just 27 years old, joining the tragic 27 Club alongside artists like Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix. Though his life was brief, his impact on music and culture remains immense. Morrison embodied the rebellious spirit of the 1960s and left behind a legacy that transcends generations. The Doors remain one of the most important bands in history, and Jim, their immortal poet, continues to inspire millions. What do you think about Jim Morrison's life and legacy? Leave us your comment and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.